Testing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the beautiful Sands Casino Resort in historic Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as we are excited to bring you this special edition of Showbox, live on Showtime. This event is being brought to you by King's Promotions, GH3, Sands Casino Corona, and Showtime. We have a special triple header in store for you tomorrow. On Saturday, a triple header televised live on Showtime. With the opening bout will be Tony Harrison, who is not here yet. He'll be here later on this evening. He will be doing battle with Rugged from Salisbury, Maryland, with a record of 28 wins against 3 defeats. Fernando Guerrera. And in the co-feature, from Brooklyn, New York, with a record of 31 victories against 2 defeats with 2 draws, Aftandel Kurtzizi. He will be doing battle with undefeated middleweight sensation with a record of 19 victories, 1 draw, from Washington, D.C., Antoine Douglas.
Action, baby, action!
And in the main event, in the junior middleweight division, this will be for the IBF Eliminator for the #1 contender position in the junior middleweight division with the IBF. First, from all the way from Italy with a record of 16 victories against 1 defeat with 5 knockouts, Marcello Matano. And he will be doing battle with undefeated junior middleweight sensation with a record of 22 victories against no defeats with 1 draw, from the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, Julian J. Rock Williams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you from King's Promotions, Marshall Kaufman.
Thank you, Dave. First of all, thank you everyone for coming out. I'm very excited about this event. Tickets are just about gone, so if you know people that want to come, make sure you get the word out there quick, because there's only a few seats left. So doors won't be open on Saturday to people just walking up, so make sure you get those tickets quick. I'm excited about having Showtime come back here. Once again, we were back here in July with Showbox, and we had a great card, and of course the one who headlined it was Antoine Douglas, and put on a fantastic display of boxing ability and knockout power, and so it was a very exciting card. And I did it with a good friend of mine who I'll introduce in a minute, but before that, it's always exciting to have this man to the right of me on the card, Julian Williams, who I've admired since he was an amateur. You know, he trains out of my second home in Philly, Schuler's Gym. And so it's just very exciting to have him as the main event once again. The last time he fought was here on an FS1 show that we had. And so Julian displayed early knockout power, first round. And so I'm looking forward to seeing an exciting fight. This man comes all the way from Italy. He says he's going to bring it, and we're going to see exactly what he brings to the table come Saturday night. The gentleman I wanted to introduce, he walked out of the room. I think he's a little shy, but I'll introduce him real quick. Vito Milnicki from GH3. Vito, I know you're out there.
Yes, sir. GH3, gang.
I'm excited that Vito contacted me about bringing Antoine to the card and making all this work. So we're going to see a great card. Also, Fernando Guerrero, who, of course, he always brings action to the bout. I think him and Harrison's going to be bombs away. And so we're going to see exciting fights on TV. So get the word out there, let everybody know. Showtime will be in the house. All right, I'd like to introduce my PR man, Mark Abrams. Thank you once again for coming out.
Thanks, Marshall. Before we introduce the TV fighters, just want to introduce a couple people who were supposed to be on the card. 10-1 lightweight who just went on Showbox a couple weeks ago, Oshaki Foster.
Yeah. That's right, baby.
And in the featured non-televised bout, there's a gentleman in the crowd, 12-0, 11 knockouts. A lot of people predicting huge things for him. Be fighting Kenneth McNeil in a 10-round middleweight bout. Yevgen Hitron. Now we get to the televised portion of the night. Started at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time, live on Showtime. Just a great night of boxing, explosive night of boxing. Just 6 guys who, you know, they're all right on the cusp. So these fights are extremely important, and a couple of these guys you're going to see in world title fights with wins on Saturday night. The first bout features, it's a 10-round middleweight bout between Tony Harrison, who's not here. He'll be here probably in a couple hours. I think his plane arrives from Detroit. Taking on a kid named Fernando Guerrero, 28-3, 20 knockouts. Guerrero, a couple years ago, was one of the hottest prospects in boxing, was fighting at 160 pounds. Now he's back at his more natural weight. I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He said, tired of fighting these bigger guys. Now I'm back fighting guys my own size. So I'd like to bring up Fernando Guerrero.
They started with me right in the back. That's good. How y'all doing? So we're ready to fight. Camp was great. And there's not much to say. You know, it's warrior time. That's it, you know. I've been through it all, ups and downs, and I'm still here. I'm always gonna stay here. When I step in the ring on Saturday, it's gonna be a marvelous thing for me because, you know, I think just more than just me, it's more for just my whole nation, you know. It's more for just all the people that is watching. When you step in the ring, you gotta step in the ring and stand for something. You can't just go in and just be crazy. You know, you gotta stand for something. That's why a lot of times when I step in the ring, I always pray for my opponent and the other and whoever else steps in the ring, because, you know, it's not a game. This is the only sport that you cannot play, you know. And I just want to bless everybody. Have me and Tony. It's gonna be one of those fights. I'm gonna make it one of those fights that is gonna be one of the best of the year for something. Either it's gonna be the best knockout of the year, best fight of the year, best show of the year. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be something though, because I think that he's a he's a good opponent for me to bring out the best in me. And now, just like he said, it's being fair for me now. I'm not going down and making it harder on myself. That's stupid. You know, I'm not gonna fight those fighters that are 190 pounds that they don't even have a weight class. You know, back in the days, I would have been a great middleweight. But now, since I only hydrate to 5-10 pounds, I'm a junior middleweight, and everybody's got to watch out because they saw what I did in the middleweight. Now I'm gonna make my statement, and it's gonna be my coming home party Saturday. See y'all there.
Now we get to the televised co-feature. It's a 10-round middleweight bout between Antoine Douglas and Attendo Kurtzidze. We'll start with Kurtzidze, who's got a record of 31-2-2 with 20 knockouts, and there are many people in the boxing industry who believe he's an uncrowned world champion. He went over to France and fought Hassan Endam, who most people have seen and know he's one of the best middleweights in the world, and fought him to a split decision. And a lot of people thought that Kurtzidze won the fight. And I've seen him fight a long time. He started in Philadelphia, your career, way back when. He started in Philadelphia, and you know, he's fought all over the world, and now he's in Brooklyn now, and he's a real rugged, tough fighter. And there are people who are saying that, you know, he stepped in the last couple of weeks after Sam Solomon got hurt, but you ask anyone, man for man, that this is an upgrade of an opponent for Antoine. So I'll give you 31-2-2 now, Brooklyn, New York, Attendo Kurtzidze.
I'm happy to be here, and I want to thank the God for this opportunity, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm having it. I'm fighting a good guy, and once I step in the ring, I'm expecting a good fight, and I will show the best. I can't wait for Saturday night. Good luck to you, and I hope the best. Thank you.
And he's going to be taking on a guy who's grown up before the Showtime camera. The camera's very eyes. Last 5-6 fights on Showbox, and he's now one of the top middleweights in the world. He's ranked in 3 organizations, as high as number 3 by the WBO. And you know, Vito, who Marshall introduced before, believes, and a lot of people believe within a fight or two, he will be fighting for the middleweight championship of the world. 19-0-1, 13 knockouts from our nation's capital, Antoine Action Douglas.
Thank you, Mark. I guess introduction has been passed. So, as you all can see, we're all fighters. We're ready to weigh in, and you know, not really much for talking. But you know, as far as my fight, as I always say, you looking forward to an action-packed fight. You know, got an admirable opponent. You know, looking forward to a great fight. And this is my first time on Showtime. I'm pretty sure. I'm not, you know, sure within that week is, but as they say, you know, I've grown, and I've grown to become who I am. And if you would have asked me when I first began my career, had I, you know, pointed a position, where would I be? I would have never thought, you know, this. You know, seeing my name, seeing my face on TV guides and everything, and you know, it's great. And this comes from the hard work that I put in over the years, you know, through my growth. And Saturday, you will see that growth, and you will see me embellish on that Saturday in the ring, because you will see a great fight. And I plan on being victorious, because the work I put in won't let me be any more or less than that.
Yes.
So
yes.
I thank you all for the support.
Yes.
I thank the promotional team. Thanks for having me on this card, and we're looking forward to an action-packed fight on Saturday. Thanks.
Now we get to the main event, 12-round junior middleweight bout, the IBF Eliminator bout between the number 5 ranked contender in the world, Julian Williams, against the number 6 fighter, Marcello Matano. There's been a lot written about Julian Williams over the last couple of years, and he definitely is one of the rising stars of boxing. And several names have been posted from him. He said yes to everyone, but I guess Julian, if I'm wrong, when the time came to put the contract, they didn't want to fight you for some reason. But the one guy who did, and what Julian said, actually his trainer Stephen Edwards told me, you signed to fight a contract, you signed your name on the contract, you're a dangerous man. And I know Julian's not taking Marcello too lightly, so let me give you all the way from Italy with a record of 16-1 with 5 knockouts, Marcello Matano.
Ciao a tutti, intanto. Hello to everybody.
Hello.
Essere qui è il frutto del lavoro di tanti anni, per me è un sogno che si avvera, e quindi sul ring sabato metterò il cuore, darò tutto me stesso per la vittoria.
It's a dream come true to come here all the way from Italy to the United States. It's due to the hard job I always went through in the gym, so no discussions, I will put all of my heart into the ring on Saturday night. And that's it. I like my fist talking.
And he will be taking on a man who, the other day, he actually gave me a good stat. He's trying to become the 4th Philadelphia guy to become the IBF junior middleweight champion of the world. The 3rd. But David Reed won the WBA. Buster Drayton, Robert Hines, who's a trainer in his gym. They were both the IBF 154-pound world champion. Next in the long line of great Philadelphia fighters, he's destined for it, and tremendous fighter, great kid, Julian J. Rock Williams.
Yes, sir, Julian.
I want to thank everybody for coming out, first of all. I want to thank Showtime, thank KP Promotions. I want to thank Al Heyman for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank Marcello Matano and his team for coming all the way over from Italy. You know, we had a difficult time getting the opponents in the past couple of months. You know, I think for a lot of different reasons I don't want to talk about because it don't really matter right now. But I'm just excited about the card. You know, first of all, we got two undercard fights that's probably good enough to be the main event on their home card, which is Antoine Douglas and just gentleman right here. I can't pronounce his name, but I've got some rounds in with him in the gym, and I know he's a good fighter. My man Fernando Guerrero and Tony Harrison, those are fights that could be main events on their own cards. So I'm just excited about the opportunity to headline this card, and I'm also excited about being as though that's for the #1 ranking. So when I win this fight, I'll be able to accomplish my dream. I'm glad you like America so much, because if you really come and bring all that heart you say you're gonna bring, you're gonna be here for a little bit longer than you expected, because I'm gonna put you in the hospital. All right? Thank you, everybody. It's gonna be an exciting fight if you bring his nuts like I said he is. And
Right, babe.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Right, babe.
And we're gonna pose each fight. I don't know, no one for Fernando, right? Okay, so I guess we'll have Tyndall and Antoine.
I'm not gonna play him, so.
Alright, let's get this matchup for let's get Antoine. Face off her. Alright guys, let's turn toward the cameras. Let's look out this way, guys. Alright, thank you guys. Julian.
You want me to take a picture with you, babe? I pose with you.
Yeah, right. Let's do Fernando. Just by himself? Yeah. The world. Thank you.
Am I good? Get ready to rumble! Am I good for you?
No cambiate, bravissimo. Non sei proprio più alto, eh? Pensavo fosse più alto.
Alright guys, turn toward the camera.
Right, babe. This your
Right here,
fight.
center, guys. Alright, thank you guys. We'll give all 5 fighters.